Imagine having all the money you could ever want. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if that dream actually became your biggest nightmare, filled with an unexpected burden of stress, responsibility, and the constant fear of losing it all? Today, we are diving into a hidden toll of financial prosperity. The anxiety of abundance is a psychological weight that no one talks about. We are exploring the truth. Having too much can be just as stressful as having too little. Forget everything you thought you knew about wealth and happiness. We are about to expose the surprising dark side of financial success that is rarely discussed. What if everything you thought about money was wrong? We often juxtapose the common desire for wealth with the reality of a rarely discussed downside. The core paradox is that more money can ironically lead to more stress, not less. We often assume money solves problems, but it often just swaps old problems for much more complex ones. Managing a massive portfolio is not just about numbers. It is about the constant mental load of overseeing assets, taxes, and investments. The weight of these responsibilities can start to feel like a cage made of gold. You realize that your time is no longer your own, because you are constantly maintaining what you have built. This constant state of vigilance can lead to a unique form of burnout. It is a fatigue that few people understand or sympathize with, because on the outside, everything looks perfect. But on the inside, the pressure is mounting daily. This is the first layer of the anxiety that abundance brings. It is the weight of expectations that you must now live up to. Every decision you make feels like it has higher stakes than ever before. You are no longer just living. You are managing an empire, no matter how small or large it may be. New anxieties are unlocked as wealth grows. There is the burden of managing complex portfolios and the tax implications that keep you awake at night. You dive into the fear of loss. The psychological impact of potentially losing what you have accumulated is significant. Even if you have more than enough, the fear of it slipping away is constant. You find yourself in the more is more trap. Initial wealth targets shift, leading to a constant pursuit of enough that is never reached. You realize that the goalposts are always moving. What seemed like a fortune yesterday feels like a baseline today. This constant shifting of expectations creates a perpetual state of dissatisfaction. You are always looking at the next bracket, the next milestone. This pursuit becomes an addiction that fuels your stress. You worry about market fluctuations, policy changes, and global events. Everything becomes a threat to your stability. You are no longer just concerned about your needs. You are concerned about your legacy and your future security. This anxiety is deep-seated and difficult to shake off. It permeates your thoughts during the day and your dreams at night. You are always on guard, waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is the hidden psychological cost of your success. We must also examine the responsibility burden and the social shifts that occur. There is immense pressure from philanthropic expectations, and requests from friends and family once your wealth is known. Your social dynamics change forever. You start to feel an isolation that is hard to describe. Financial prosperity can create a barrier between you and others. You wonder if people value you for who you are or for what you have. This leads to an identity crisis, where your personal worth becomes intertwined with your net worth. You fear that without your money, you would be nothing. You see changes in how people treat you. Some become more distant, while others become overly attentive. Both reactions create unease. You find it harder to trust new acquaintances. You worry about their motives and their intentions. This social friction leads to loneliness. You are surrounded by luxury, but you are missing genuine connection. The barrier of wealth is often invisible, but always felt. Now let's talk about the hedonic treadmill of riches. Lifestyle creep is a real phenomenon where increased income leads to increased spending. This often negates the perceived benefits of having more money. You find yourself searching for meaning in a world of abundance. When your basic needs are met, the question of purpose becomes more acute. This can lead to existential stress that is difficult to navigate. You also face decision fatigue in an abundance context. You are overwhelmed by choices, from luxury goods to investment opportunities. Every choice feels critical, and every mistake feels magnified. You are constantly comparing your life to others in your bracket. The pressure to maintain a certain image is exhausting. You buy things to feel something, but the joy is fleeting. You are always looking for the next upgrade, the next experience. The treadmill is moving faster and faster, and you are struggling to keep up. You realize that your possessions are starting to own you. You are working longer hours to sustain a lifestyle you don't even have time to enjoy. The irony is staggering. You chased wealth to find freedom, but you found a different kind of slavery. This is the cycle of abundance that traps so many. It is a hollow victory that leaves you feeling empty inside. You must recognize the treadmill for what it is and find a way to step off. Finally, let's focus on finding financial peace. You must offer yourself actionable strategies for managing wealth-related stress. Seek expert advice and set clear financial boundaries for yourself and others. Emphasize the importance of defining what is enough. Shift your focus from accumulation to contentment and purpose. This is a vital step in reclaiming your mental health. Recognize that money is a tool, not a master. Define your values and stick to them, regardless of your bank balance. Start today by setting those boundaries and finding your purpose beyond the dollar sign. This is the path to true freedom and lasting peace.